Hello everyone and welcome to another Brick 09 movie review. I had to make this video quick for two reasons. One, my camera battery's running low. And two, this has been a very busy week. It's kind of why this is a shorter video today, but hopefully you will enjoy it nonetheless. And it is a movie review, my second today, for the 2015 film Bridge of Spies. Just to give you some background, this film is about the Cold War. Obviously it's a Cold War. So if you're going into this movie expecting guns a-blazing and spies running everywhere, you're going to be sadly disappointed. It's nothing like that in this film. But currently, it holds 91%, which is a certified fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. 88% of audiences enjoyed it. It is up for a bunch of Oscar grabs, including Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor for, one second, I gotta find it, Mark Rylance as Rudolph Abel. I will say he did do a very good job in this movie. He was probably, Tom Hanks is great, but he was probably the best actor in this movie by quite a bit. It's also up for Best Original Screenplay, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Original Score by Thomas Newman. But, you know, I think we all want John Williams to win that for Star Wars 7. Thomas Newman, he does do a decent job, but there are large chunks of this film where it feels like there should be music, and there's not. And just to give you some background, I did enjoy this film, and I will be giving it a rating out of 10 stars, you know, 8.5 or 2.5 or whatever, at the end of the video. It is a very good movie, but it's not for everybody, not by a long shot. It's 90% of this movie consists of men sitting around tables talking, or driving someplace and talking, riding on a train and talking. There's not much on a plane. Sitting in living rooms talking, drinking and talking, and, or did I forget, sitting around waiting for telephones to ring and not talking. I forgot that one, didn't I? There really is only one major action sequence in this movie. This is a sort of spoiler, but not really. There's a scene where a plane is crashing to the ground and this guy is trying to escape and stuff. And there are some added stakes, which I'm not going to spoil for you, but I think you'll know what I mean once you see the film. But really that is the only major action sequence in this movie. And the only people who die in this movie are some random people trying to jump over the Berlin Wall, which at this point is basically about 3/4 of my height. It's basically a few bricks stacked on top of each other with some barbed wire at the top. It doesn't look very menacing, but there are some guards in towers with guns and stuff. And there's like 2 or 3 people who are trying to jump over the wall and they get killed. Now, this is a true story, but you know, this part of the story might have been a little embellished because they did need to put a little bit of action in this story, of course. But the story involves a lawyer who is not used to defending like real criminals at this stage in his life. He's an older man, and they ask him to defend what they believe to be a Russian spy. He reluctantly accepts, and everybody hates him because he's trying to defend the commies, because back then no one liked the Russians. And then from there things just kind of spiral out of control. The Russians capture some Americans and they're trying to negotiate a deal where they will give the Russian back if they give one or both of the Americans back. And in case you're wondering, there is actually a literal bridge of spies in this movie. I thought that was going to be a metaphor, but there is a bridge with spies on it in this movie. And you'll see that. It's probably a metaphor too, but you know, I'm not going to bother thinking about that since there is a real bridge. I'm not going to wrap my mind around, what else could it mean? I figured out what it means, for me anyway. Back to the score, Thomas Newman, he's done like every Tom Hanks movie ever. He did Forrest Gump, this one, what was the third one I was thinking of? What is that movie called? Saving Mr. Banks, he did that one too. He loves his piano, he's kind of mellow, he's not like, oh, let's bombard him with awesome themes, it's just kind of like background music, so although it's not bad by any means, I don't want him to win. John Williams deserves it. You know, he's great. He's been out of practice for a while, and he came back with a bang, I think. So, Bridge of Spies, I would recommend this film, but like I said, not to everybody. I don't watch a whole lot of movies where there's not lots of action, because I like my action, but this was a good film for a film that doesn't have a whole lot of action. Is it worthy of Best Picture? Well, I have not seen all the films that are up for Best Picture by any means, but I'm rooting for The Martian still. The Martian, I really enjoyed that movie. That's a great movie. If you have not seen that, I definitely recommend that. That is the best original space movie that's come out in years. Minus, like all the Star Trek and Star Wars. Best original space movie. I'm talking like Gravity and Interstellar. Both of which completely stunk, in my opinion. Especially Interstellar. Gravity was okay. Interstellar, please don't bring that movie up. This one was great, though. And I still hope that one wins over this one. This one, second, third place. I've heard The Revenant's really good, but, it's one of those, it's not for everybody movies, and not in the way I meant for Bridge of Spies. Anyway, so I'm going to give Bridge of Spies, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Keep in mind, this is coming from a 17-year-old. I love my action movies. I like my dinosaurs. I like my lasers, the sword battles and stuff. But being a 17-year-old male, it did keep me interested for over 2 hours. I wasn't enthralled. I wasn't on the edge of my seat, but I was intrigued. So it is a good film. I would recommend it. And by the way, in case you're wondering, it is PG-13. But it's only for very extremely mild violence and brief, strong language. So, Bridge of Spies, I'm not gonna put my hands around your throat and say, go watch this movie. I will hunt you down and kill you if you don't watch this movie. But, watch it if you got the time. I would still say watch The Martian first if you have not seen that yet. So anyway, thanks for tuning into this Bill Brook and I movie review. If you would like to see more of these, please leave a like, leave a comment saying, oh, I love Bill Brook and I movie reviews. If not, just, ignore it, and I probably won't do that anymore. It is kind of fun for me, though. I like reviewing movies. Because as you know, I love film. Otherwise, I would not have almost 700 videos on my channel in the space of 2 or 3 years. So thanks for tuning in. Oh, I got 2 minutes of battery left, so goodbye.